Hey guys, here with the sort of an update to my whatever project I'm doing right now, which currently is this gun, which is the JG614. It's an HK416 replica. But besides doing internal upgrades, which I was going to do, give it a higher rate of fire, a little bit higher feet per second as well, and make it more reliable than the stock JG build for the gearbox, I wanted to do something external as well. As you can see right now, I have the stock and bipod, as well as right here I have the aim point. All of these three items were supplied to me by airsoftclub.com. I also have a little foregrip on there, and that silencer I built. So this is pretty much the gun as of now, but I wanted to do something extra, and I've always wanted sort of a support gun, and I figured might as well go ahead and try and build sort of an Ares Shrike replica. So if you guys don't know what the Ares Shrike is, go Google it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty much an upper receiver, and forgive me if I get some stuff wrong here, but a general overview is it's an upper receiver mod for any M4 AR that you can have. It can still be, it's sort of a different gas system. It can still be mag fed like that, or belt fed. So for this one, I really wanted to do the belt fed. I thought that would be really cool to have a belt fed M4 design, pretty much. So as for mine, it'll still be magazine fed. It'll just have the fake bullets going up the side, and it'll look cool. It'll have a big drum mag and all, and sort of the external features. As you can see, it has a different sort of upper receiver. It has this little, it just looks a little bit different. So here's another look at it. It has the little charging handle and stuff, and the opening for the shells or the rounds to go into. And then here you have the ejection port for the casings, and then the little links for the belt, for the ammo belt. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this stuff, which is called Instamorph. It's sort of just a plastic. I'm not sure the actual term for the plastic, but they come in these little beads right here. Don't get them mixed up with your Airsoft BBs, because this would definitely jam your gun and break it. But you just put it in hot water, and it sort of melts a little bit. See if I can, yeah, there we go. It turns into when it gets hot, it turns into a more malleable plastic. And then when it cools off again, then it's rigid. And then if you want to heat it up again, becomes pliable again, and then cools down and becomes rigid again. So I mean, you can continually heat this, form it, and then once it cools off, then you can heat it and then form it again, and just keep doing that process over and over. So here's what I have modeled so far for my Ares Shrike build. This is pretty much the upper receiver top piece. It's the little this part right here, the upper, I forgot the term, but sort of just the piece that when you want to load the gun, you open this part up, you feed your rounds into it, and then you close it back down again. So this is pretty much the main look of it. This is the biggest piece, obviously, of the build, and this took me a couple of hours to actually make and smooth perfectly, because this stuff doesn't turn into like a complete Play-Doh substance that's really easy to work with. It still has a bit of firmness to it as you're trying to form it into these shapes and stuff. So after a while, I did make all of this stuff, which will go into the build, and I'll sort of explain briefly here how I made each piece and what it's for. So obviously this is the main piece that's going to go on the upper receiver. I'm trying not to do too much modification to this upper receiver as is. The only real things I'm going to be doing are, as you can see right here, I'll take off this part right here, and then the forward assist. I'll also take off the dust cover flap, and I'm going to sort of chop down the charging handle. I'm just going to cut it right there and right there, so there's just a tiny little piece left of it. So that's what I'm going to do for pretty much the only mod to the the upper receiver of this, all this stuff will just be added on top of that. So it's sort of built around it without actually compromising any structural integrity. So we have this piece. These two pieces right here, which look like earbuds, will actually go onto the gun like this, one on each side. They'll be sanded down, and then I will fit this little metal rod between the two of them. They'll both be like this. Say you're looking at it from kind of the side, they'll look like that. Then I'll have this little tube right here. This is just a little extra packaging from the Prometheus inner barrel I got. I'll take a tiny little piece of that, stick it on the end of here, and have this act as sort of a hinge. So then when I want to open it, just for added realism, I can lift it up like that and it'll be like a little hinge. So that's what I plan to do with these pieces. Also this sort of little wedge piece right here, as you can see in this picture, right there, there's kind of a little wedge piece. So I'll just add this on. The point of this actually is you push down on this and it releases this top plate right here that you can lift up and then load your ammo in. So for this, I'm just going to glue it on and it'll just be aesthetic. No actual functioning purpose. Moving on, this is sort of the, hopefully you can see, you see how there's these little pieces right here, the sides and bottom to where the ammo feeds into. That's what this is going to be. So here's also another view of it. It'll kind of be this piece right here. So I made this, for this one I just took a couple pieces of the plastic, heated them up a lot, and then made a little bit of a curving feature on the ends of them. And then here I just have a little bit of the plastic for reinforcement. Moving on, here is going to be the bolt system, part of the bolt system, and then here's the the little grip that you hold on to and pull back. As you can see here, here is what it actually looks like. Here's my piece. I'm obviously going to sand this down, and as with all these pieces, they're not sanded down yet. I'll take my Dremel tool to them. As you can see, this is still a little bit rough. You can see there's some bumps on the plastic, and it's not perfectly squared off like it should be. So I'm going to take my Dremel tool and sort of sand that all down and make it look a lot nicer. So as you can see, here's the bolt, the little charging handle, and then this piece right here, this long piece. So what I'm going to do is my bolt and stuff isn't going to be functioning or anything. The only thing is I'm just going to glue this onto the side of the gun. I'll drill a little hole and have this piece, because with the real steel, this little part right here swings down, so you can either like pull it from the side. So I'm going to drill a little hole through here, through this little block right here, and through these two little legs right here, so then this can swing up like this if I want, or it can swing out to the side. So that's what I'm doing with that. And this part right here is, as you can see on here, it's not exactly like a regular M4, the side of the receiver, so I just made this to sort of go along with it. Here's another look. You can see it's not perfectly, it's not exactly like an AR, a regular AR body. So here I have sort of an outline shape. Let me flip around like the gun so I can show you where it's going to go. Once I take off these two parts right here and just cut them off, and then fill in the gaps or the holes in the receiver with plastic, then I can just put this on, and it'll outline the dust cover and fit on there nicely. I'll also have to cut a little piece right here. As you can see, that's where the sort of casing links go. So hopefully this video informed you a bit on what I'm working on with the Ares Shrike mod. I did hint about that I was going to make this on Facebook, and some people thought it was cool, so I said, might as well do it. So, as for this, you can just Google this, and this thing right here was $40, which is a little bit pricey, but for this mod so far, all this stuff I made has only taken like that much. So, and in there I have just a little 1/4 cup scoop. That's what I use to measure out how much I need, and sort of just put it in the hot water and microwave it. Normally when I'm putting in some new beads of this, I just put it in a ceramic bowl and then microwave it for 2 to 3 minutes, and it becomes clear, and that's how you know it's ready to be formed and molded, and you're good to go. So I'll also be cutting out a little part right here, and then on the inside gluing in this little rail mount, so then when this is actually swung closed, I can twist this and clamp it onto the upper rail right here just for extra stability. So thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Sorry that this video ran on for so long, but thanks for watching. Tell me what you think, and if you're interested, maybe I'll try to make this it's compared to the RPG, which is mostly just taking these lengths of PVC pipe, cutting them here, cutting them to this length, and gluing it all together, and then there you go, you have your RPG. This is more of a, I'd say you need a little bit more artistic skill to do this, because you actually have to form these with your hands and form these pieces. If you're good at sculpting clay and stuff, you'll be good with this. So it's not as straightforward. It takes a little bit more skill to do this. So if you think you're up to the challenge, go ahead with it. I got some reference sheets, pictures, and just printed them out. So thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.